This little video series is called Dying Dar's Way, Radically Real Spiels on the End of Life. I'm here again with my friend Corinne Zupko, and we have a little bit different reportage. Once again, I find myself saying, I can't believe I'm still willing to do videos, but here we are, and I've just gotten out of the hospital. They put me in Samaritan in Mount Holly, New Jersey, in order to stabilize me on medications, because finally I have come to the point where I can't stand the pain anymore. And so they really want you to be at home, if at all possible, but to comfort you and put you on track. They will hospitalize you for a couple of days just to get like the morphine schedule worked out and make sure like you're not having adverse reactions to it and so forth. So anyway, here we are, and I'm still willing to do videos. I can't believe this.
And I just have to say that this is now you're using morphine after 10 months of just Tylenol?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah,
Wow.
well, 2 months of Tylenol. Well, you know, Corinne and I speak the same language. If you can possibly do things by natural methods, give those natural methods a try, and then when you get to the point where you'd rather slit your wrists than do it the natural way, then you take a different course of action.
Time for morphine.
Right.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, Dara, you said something about gamifying the losses that you're facing.
Oh.
And I was just fascinated and thought it would be a good video.
Yeah. So I'm so grateful to, is it your generation that's given us this word gamifying, because as the losses mount up, and you know, I'm not going outside anymore, and there isn't much that's fun anymore, and so, but I have this remaining competence in my quiver to gamify the losses by taking every new challenge and seeing, well, okay, now what's the workaround for this going to be? Can I turn it into a game? Can I have some fun with this? Can I take a loss and turn it into something that I can challenge myself on, or record, or, you know, I mean, how else do we gamify things? We make rules of play, you know, and so that's what I've been doing for the past couple of weeks, because like I got an awful lot of time to hang around without a whole lot to do, and it's actually working quite well. I don't want to feel sorry for myself, and I don't want to, of course I have to put the proviso that, like, if it's a neurological loss, it's a neurological loss, and if you're cranky for neurological reasons, there's nothing that you can do about it. But I still have choices about how I greet the losses, and so that's what I'm doing with it. I'm playing with the losses, like, you know, how well do I see? Seeing has become a problem. Language has become a problem, obviously, and the more I can observe it, gamify it, categorize it, give it a name, the easier it is to deal with the loss, because I've gotten playful around it, quite frankly. So,
can you give us an example? Does any specific loss come to mind that you feel like you've done a really good job making a game out of?
So, well, the one that I'm dealing with right now is that I can no longer spell. I can still, like, if you said a word, I would be able to spell it out loud to you, but I absolutely can't put words on a piece of paper. And if I observe the loss and I make it a goal for myself to be dispassionate as possible about the loss, somehow it takes the sting out.
Hmm.
I mean, like, you can't fake this level of satisfaction with the game. And I noticed that this has been a really hard one for me. The only thing I think that I have left is my knitting. And now I look at the knitting and I realize I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. And it doesn't feel like memory. Like, I'm still articulate. I can still form sentences. But someplace between, one part of my brain that figures something out, and another part of my brain, it's simply not there. It's not there. I guess for me, since I'm the cooking princess of Princeton, I had a really hard time with the loss of appetite and the ability to enjoy food, and even that has become not horrible because I can turn it into a game.
Give us an example. How do you turn that into a game?
So in that case, the gamification is more like tracking. Like, when was the last time I wanted a piece of sushi? Or when was the last time I had a glass of wine? I held out for a long time to have, a quarter of a glass or half a glass of wine. And I enjoyed that right up until I decided that I couldn't even have a few sips anymore. And so in that case, the gamification was monitoring the losses. Tracking is a form of gamifying, isn't it?
Well, sure, anything, as long as
anything I say,
anything
right?
she says. I'm so inspired by you, Dora, and isn't she so remarkable? Like, she's just amazing. You're amazing. You're such an inspiration.
So, well, it's probably some form of defense mechanism about which you know more than I, but it adds up to a better experience of the inevitable.
For sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.